Everybody, this is Tiger, and welcome to the Tiger Auctions channel. Um, today, I've been horrible at this. Just a lot of things going on. Um, Let me get my screen share here. All right. So there we go. Okay, good. All right. I am on bidspotter. Well, I think okay. Here we go. All right. You know, for my liking, auctions have been this has just been a crappy time, be honest with you. Just not just not there for me. Now luckily this week I found some stuff out of Indy on high bid. Which I want to say, why do you make it high bids? But that's their choice. So just just haven't I don't know. Now I'm going to say this. Coming up here, today's Wednesday, so Thursday, we've got an auction going off up here in Sydney, Ohio, for Liquid Asset Partners, and the auction is Momentec. Okay. Um, so they've got this one, and then they've also got an auction next week down in Georgia, Grovetown, Georgia. All right. Um, there was some things in there I was looking at. S- Not a whole lot. Wasn't really enthusiastic, but it was something that I had, some things I had saved. Let me get back to my list here. Um, it's a manufacturing facility shutting down. Uh, well, distribution, I guess, is what they're calling it. Um, I saw some things in there. I don't have the equipment to manhandle forklifts. I mean that's another level. You're going to have to commit to buying you a dually, a high-end trailer, stuff like that. But there are other things in there where you can make money. The bigger the item is usually the more money. Um, Oh, they got these barrel fans. I'm gonna have to. My mechanic's looking for one, so um, I'm gonna see about that. Uh, there was a few things here I was interested in. If the price is right. Sydney for me is a solid 70 miles, so not totally thrilled. And if you're gonna do it, you need to go. You need to go do it. Oh, now, nice little fridge. Um, there's just you got to look. If you don't look, you're not going to find anything. So with this, um I'm looking to see what I can find. If there's going to be value, I can take. um so I would challenge you. And I got to get this one up here real quick. um yeah, so they had some tool and die stuff, not a lot. um I wouldn't mind getting some of the racking, but I just don't, it's just me. So just me does not feel like messing with pallet racking. I'd like to help my mechanic out, but not today. I love him just not that much. Uh, so anyway, so this was one auction here. I mean, they had a lot of nice stuff, some palettes, some printers. I've really been wanting to get in on those zebra printers, but you got to make sure they work for you sell them. Some dryers. Okay. Now Roper was the basic dryer model at Lowe's they used to sell, just the cheapy, um, least energy efficient. Nuts and bolts bins. Now that's kind of cool. You can go to the flea market, get your money back on that stuff. Here's some fridges. Um, the rest of this stuff I'm just not into. Sorry guys, it's not there. Um, okay, what else we got coming up next? Okay, Carroll Stream, Illinois. This just popped up yesterday, as a matter of fact. Carroll Stream and Addison. I used to live right in there. All right. Okay, so um plumbing is a lot of nice tools though. I'll give it that much. A lot of nice tools. This ends the 12th, so this isn't a tomorrow thing. Now these cameras are nice. Inspection cameras. All your guys got inspection cameras. Um, I'm gonna put them on the list. I just don't know that I can really just drive up there. Um, right now. Next month the wife will be gone for a bit, and that would be okay. I could stay a day or something, but right now I can't. I just really can't do that. Um, man, some nice tools here. I gotta say, it's got some nice tools. Um, okay, earthquake auger. All right. Um, okay, there's your auger blades. Ozone generator. Um, mowing faucets. Shower trim. Okay, there's your plumbing parts. That's not for me, be honest with you. Um, drain rotter. Okay, there's your big boy snake. I'm not sure what those things cost, but I'm gonna bet the guys pay a little bit of money for them. So we'll see. Um, this will be next week. Okay, Phoenix is a good brand of dehumidifier. Um, I mean, I've seen, okay, air scrubbers. There we go. They got two of them. And that's a disappointment. I don't do ladders. Carpet extractor, pressure washer wand. Okay, here you go. Magnum. People, I don't, these things are worth money. All I can tell you is they go for good money. Um, concrete grinder. I've had people ask for these things. I'll be honest with you. They come by. You ever get any of these? And it's like, I never really understood how to find them. Air hammers. All right, what we got here? Okay, battery chargers or charging stations. There you go. Okay. Hmm. Cleaning supplies. There you go. Pool. Don't have a pool. Parts. Dust walls. Okay, there you go. Zip walls, whatever you want to call them. All right. Wheelbarrow mounted vacuum. Never seen that before. All right. Let's see here. Carol Stream. Okay. Okay. So there's a big auction going on, and they are auctioning off a grow place, go a grow place, and it's got multiple across the U.S. A couple around the Chicago area. Just I don't understand. I'm not in the grow field, the marijuana stuff. Don't know who, what, where, when, how, why. But they got some pickups in Michigan. Um, Now I'm interested in. They've got these big overhead dehumidifiers. Those things are like 13 to 20 grand. Wouldn't mind if I could get one of them puppies. Because, there's always going to be that guy coming up saying, I can grow, I can make this work. These people are shutting down for a reason. Let me tell you, they are shutting down for a reason. Now, um, Edwald Auctions, they've got this one in Florida. They got a bunch of dehumidifiers. Um, this is going off on the 17th of May. This is all on bidspotter. Um, okay, Troy, Michigan. They've got a couple dehumidifiers. Thermostar Phoenix. Okay, the Phoenix brand is it's got a little cost to it. So all right, and that is Levy Recovery. Levy, I guess is what you can call it. All right, let's see here. Tampa, DC auction, just a warehouse. Nothing to write home about. Surplus out of Warren, Ohio, robotics integrator. Ohio printing, metal fabrication. Um, I looked at it. I don't know. It just didn't give me goosebumps. Um, Buy land before prices climb. Oh yeah. Prices have not went up for 40 years and they're going to take off. So things might get expensive, right? Okay, Myron Bowling in Somerset, Kentucky. Machining, grinding. Xenia Buckeye Research. Interesting. High-end stock prep, pulp, and finishing equipment. Okay, Momentech, the other auction. Dave Carter and Associates. Now, I'm gonna tell you this, guys. A couple few months ago, I don't know, maybe longer than that. There was some auctions come up here with from the RV stuff up there in South Bend, Indiana. And so I bought a couple refrigerators and stuff. They're 12 volts. And you want to know what? Nobody wants that crap. Um, the prices somehow what I saw, it's like there's a Jedi mind trick that they play on you. And so when you see it, you're like, well, let me look and see what, I'm pretty casual about jumping in on auctions. And so I went and looked at some stuff and I pulled it up and when I saw it, um, hold up, where are we at here? Okay. Um, when I saw this stuff, I was like, oh man, it's got good value. and I went up and I got, I don't like the system. I bought too many items, so I'm in too deep, and I get home and I get the stuff listed and nothing. Well, actually, I was okay. Let me say this: the first part was disappointment because then I'm like, now wait a minute. When I looked this up before the auction, the prices were higher. So it's like they go out and bake the stuff for you, so you're gonna pony up the money, and then you come back to bid, and they take out them price supports, and you see the real prices again, and you're just like, what happened? Oh no, dude, you got taken, you got taken. Um, so some of this stuff looks real cool, but I'll tell you what, the stuff I'm paying rent on them at my warehouse, that's real cool too. So if you want to buy some cool, you come let me know. Um, man, I'd love to support my RV industry and all you people out there doing these bus renos and all this stuff, but boy, um, so here's the true heartbreaker. Um, I don't see I was looking at these batteries right here, and I'm looking them up online, and there's some good sized battery. Oh, they're not showing them. Um, these are some good sized batteries, and just the information available is not that good. Okay, it's just not that good. And what do they work with? What do they don't work with? Because if in this business, if you buy let's okay, couches. I'll explain in a second, but if I see couches on here, I'm like, oh man, I know who's going to buy these couches, right? I can picture my end users. Um, but as I'm looking at this stuff here, I'm trying to picture my end users, and I'm not. It's not there. Um, some of these things I can see when people are building an RV. They're making these school buses and stuff like that. But so let me tell you the truth behind the RV refrigerators. And this is my story, and unfortunately it's my story. So I see this stuff and I'm like, oh yeah, man, this is people are out there doing this stuff, and if they got a good deal, they're gonna come buy from you. And since I run to Michigan or Nashville, I'm like, yeah, there's a good chance I'm gonna move this stuff. So I buy this stuff, and I get it put up, and I've got it listed on Marketplace. And so to tell you the truth, I get ready to list it, and most of them are running 590. I've got a couple different ones. They're running 599, 699. I'm like, okay, let's go 400. I've had one or two people ask in that time frame, right? And I paid for a set of two, I paid like 75 bucks a piece. Something I think it was, yeah, 150 bucks for two. And come around a couple months later, I'm looking at the auction, and I'm not interested in buying because I'm not moving what I got. So, but I'll give a minute to watch that auction. I'm gonna see where it ends up. And when you buy in the first wave of stuff that comes out, you got to be careful because if there's another wave coming and you don't know, that's just your problem, is that you can only go off of the information you have at hand. And if you've not been there, like where you're going to pick up, if you don't go every day, then you you don't have nothing to go off of. And so, you're kind of you're kind of flying blind. And so I'm watching this auction, the same fridges and stuff I bought. I got pictures of them, so I got the numbers. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's see what happens now. Yeah, nobody was bidding on them. I think they went for like 10 to 15 bucks, right? My 150 bucks versus somebody else's $10. Now, so it hurts. It stings. It stings. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of sting in there. A lot of stink. Because I'm not. Up until I picked up, I didn't get to understand. Hey, are you gonna have a lot more of this? Well, for whatever reason, they move off. They move off of installing this product and they bring in a new product. Whatever. And guess who's left holding the bag? Well, they are. So they're trying to move it out. If I don't know if they paid for it or they pay as they install it. I don't know. But what I do know is I got four of these suckers. I got two stainless and two black. And I think I've had one inquiry for this and one inquiry for that. And this has been 6 months now. So when you've got one inquiry on something you're trying to pawn off in 6 months, you ain't doing a good. I ain't gonna say you ain't doing a good job. It's you got a problem, you know. And unfortunately, do you have a good ad? I believe I write good ads. But now but I'm also encouraged at the fact that somebody else comes in, and they all got a bitter taste in their mouth. Okay, can I go and snatch these puppies and then sell them for if I got them at let's say 10 bucks, 25 bucks a piece, right? So let's say I even got 50 bucks in two of them. They were selling them in pairs. Man, if I can drop them for let's say 250 versus 400, now I'm going to keep people's attention. So now I got to go back to my ads, relist them, right? So I can take and check out those lower prices, and then I'll be more apt when I see them come up again. Because, if nobody else is thinking the same way as you know, would you rather move 1,000 items and make, I don't know how much, let's say $5,000? You're gonna make $5 bucks an item. Are you gonna be satisfied with that? I mean, if it's small, great. If it's big, no. But let's just say that don't matter. Um, you know, there's several things that I've had to sell over the days, and I've been doing this stuff. And one of the hardest things is when you look out there and you see that everybody else is selling theirs for less than you. You're the king of the hill because you're selling the most expensive, but they're moving them. You're not, and that's a sucky. I mean, you're out because when you post something and there's nobody else out there, and you go, okay, you sell a few. Usually, two or three times down this road, I'm gonna understand, where I can buy them at this and sell them at that. That's just how it is. Are you gonna do it or not? Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm in. And then, you know, later you stop. It ain't selling, and you come find out that yeah, there's 10 people that got them for less than you, right? They got them for less than you. And so then you have to stop and go, okay, I have to readjust my plan. I have to now be as low as the other guys because, it depends on where they're at. People won't drive that far to save that money. So you can be the same price or less. Are you okay with that? And there's several times that I'll just put it to memory and I'll just take a couple days or a week and grumble. And then, you come back and you go, okay, you know what? Let's do it. You know, and sometimes you can keep going. You can keep getting more and more of this product. You don't make as much, but it's going to be a decent mover at that price. So you got to think about those things. All right, guys. I don't want to make this video long. It's too long already. So, um, tomorrow things can change, but right now things, I'm just not excited about anything out there. To be honest with you, um, I'm just not that excited on these auctions. Fast Track out of Cincinnati, SoFlo here out of Cincinnati, nah. Capital City, I got a bill I gotta pay with them. That part of doing business sometimes. Um, but then again, I'm not going to Columbus because guess what? Now that trip to Columbus, 2 hours each way, that's running me $50. And the people that I've done, the people that I've done favors for, they don't talk to me anymore. Um, got screwed on a few helping some people out, and when I turn around and ask something, nope. So I've asked again on a couple little things to do some business with somebody, and they ignore me. So be careful who you do business with. All right, guys. All right, thank you, and have a wonderful day.